Some news stories for you. Firstly, PM Abiy today hosted an iftar party for Muslim community. Muslim community is fasting these days. Holy month of Ramadan for Muslims is underway. Secondly, Amhara Prosperity Party leaders are under crackdown. Ethiopian government has withdrawn security staff of 3 top Amhara PP leaders. Who are the 3 leaders? Why did the government withdraw security officials? Thirdly, viewers, we have a new story from Tigray. On Wednesday, UN Security Council is due to meet, where Tigray will be at the top of the agenda. A closed door session on Wednesday. Fourthly, we have a new story about Eritrean refugees in Ethiopia. They are facing some serious problems in Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa. Not in Tigray, Amhara or Afar, but in the heart of capital city. They are facing problems. And Ethiopian Refugee Agency is being accused that it is not taking action, and the refugees are facing problems. Lastly, we have a new story from the Oromia region of Ethiopia. It is from the West Sheva zone. We know that military campaign against Oromo Liberation Army is underway. Now we have some pictures for you from West Sheva zone, where OLA fighters can be seen in control of a major road close to a large forest. Firstly, let's start with a new story from Addis Ababa. PM Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia today hosted an iftar party for Muslim community. We know that Muslims across the world are fasting these days. Holy month for Muslims, Ramadan, is underway. So PM Abiy hosted this iftar party. This iftar party has come at a time when Muslims have been complaining against some discriminatory action by Addis Ababa Education Bureau, which prohibited Muslim students from praying during school hours. Then reportedly last night some talks succeeded, and we haven't heard any complaints today on Tuesday. So things seem to have settled down between Muslim community, Muslim students and Addis Ababa Education Bureau. So at this time, PM Abiy is hosting this iftar party, which will definitely lead to de-escalation of tension between Muslim community and Addis Ababa government. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian federal government, Amhara regional government have launched a crackdown, I can say, against some Amhara PP dissidents. 3 leaders are under crackdown. Their security has been withdrawn, and they have been saying that they are under threat. Who are the 3 leaders? Firstly, Johannes Boyalio. I think I did a video on some interviews of this guy 2 days ago. Johannes Boyalio is PP party leader. He could not be elected as PP's executive committee member at PP General Assembly a few days ago. He could not be elected. Gadon Gaccio could not be elected as well. And since then, Johannes Boyalio has been appearing in interviews. He's been issuing statements criticizing Ethiopian federal government, Amhara regional government, Amhara Prosperity Party. 2 days ago, in an interview, he said that he was under threat. And he used very strong language in the interview 2 days ago. He said that some leaders who are leaders now, they were bag carriers of Meles Zenawi, TPLF's prime minister. Who was he referring to? Some say he was referring to Demake Mekonnen, Amhara PP leader and PM Abiy as well. In that interview, he said he was under threat. If something happens to me, Amhara struggle will continue. Quote unquote. He said, if something happens to me, Amhara struggle will continue. I represent Amharas. So now his security has been withdrawn. Second person is Sega Arage. He was the head of Ethiopian anti-corruption agency. If you remember, I did some videos on Sega Arage. He uncovered some scandals. He said that Amhara Prosperity Party leaders, they were involved in funds embezzlement. Then we saw some action by Amhara PP, which suspended some of its officials. After that, Saga Arage was transferred from anti-corruption agency to some other department. Now his security has been withdrawn. Third leader is Neguso Tilahan. So three main Amhara Prosperity Party leaders are under crackdown. What will they do? How will they respond? We'll update you in coming videos. Fourthly, viewers, we have a new story, a new story from Tigray. On Wednesday, UN Security Council is due to meet to discuss Ethiopian conflict. Obviously, Tigray will come under discussion. It's a closed door meeting. Supply of aid to Tigray is still suspended, you can say. No signs of any unfettered aid to Tigray so far. And a new military campaign against OLA has started in Oromia. So things are not moving in the right direction. Wednesday's meeting is very important, though we know that in the past UN Security Council remained split over the conflict in Ethiopia. Russia, China supported Ethiopian government, and the US government supported TPLF's position about Tigray conflict. Let's see what happens tomorrow. We'll update tomorrow. It's a closed door meeting. We're not expecting any major decisions tomorrow, but let's see how the countries at UN Security Council respond to changed situation on the ground in Ethiopia. Fourthly, we have a new story from the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. We know that Eritrean refugees in Ethiopia has suffered a lot. They have suffered a lot since the start of Tigray conflict. Tens of thousands have been displaced, hundreds still missing, dozens killed as well. They've been displaced from Tigray towards Afar, Amhara. And some managed to enter Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. But even here in the capital city, they are facing serious problems. ARRA is Ethiopian Refugee Agency. Its new name is RRS. It works in collaboration with the UN Refugee Agency. Reportedly, Ethiopian Refugee Agency is not processing the cases of these refugees. Travel documents are not being issued. Simple documents like birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates are not being issued to these refugees. And reportedly, there are no shelters in Addis Ababa. Refugees are living on their own. No food aid is being given to them. They aren't protesting because they could be arrested. So I think UNHCR and Ethiopian Refugee Agency, they should process the cases of the refugees on emergency basis. They are reportedly in the process of being shifted to other countries. UNHCR is working to shift some of them to other countries. It can only happen if they have documents, travel documents. So let's see, we would urge Ethiopian Refugee Agency It should be available, its staff should be available to Eritrean refugees in Addis Ababa. Reportedly, the office of the agency is closed, its in charge EU is not available. That is why refugees are complaining. Lastly, viewers, we have a new story from Oromia. It's from Vashava zone of Oromia. In entire Oromia, massive military campaign against Oromo Liberation Army is underway. In Vashava today, we saw some pictures of OLA fighters. If you remember, I have been updating you about OLA's territorial gains in Vashava before the start of this new operation. You can see a picture on your screen. The picture is from Vashava zone. It's from a road which connects Ginchi with Geldo. Both Ginchi and Geldo are in Vashava zone of Oromia to the west of Addis Ababa. You can see OLA fighters in control of this road, main road, which passes through Vashava. Now, important thing is that close to this road is a forest, Chilumo forest, a large forest spanning across dozens of kilometers. Reportedly, OLA fighters have their hideouts in this forest. That is why I say it's difficult to completely eliminate, if it's the right word, OLA in Oromia. It has public support, it has hideouts in places like these forests, and its units, its fighters, they are not equipped with tanks, artillery pieces. They are very swift, very mobile. They can easily shift their locations. So, in the heart of Vashava, they are seen in control of a road. If something happens there, they can take refuge in the nearby forest. Let's see. So far, no major gains by the Oromia regional government, Ethiopian federal government in the ongoing operation. We have not seen any major OLA commander captured in the past 1 week or so.